Elizabeth I. England's Iron Maiden and a Golden Age. England, 16th century. An era rife with conspiracy, religious wars, and deadly power struggles. Amidst this, one name changed the destiny of an entire nation: Elizabeth Tudor, a girl who was never expected to ascend to the throne, but with her intelligence, will, and courage, she became one of history's greatest rulers. She saved England from ruin and brought it to its peak of glory. A tumultuous birth and difficult childhood. Elizabeth was born in September 7, 1533, the daughter of King Henry VIII and his second wife, Anne Boleyn. However, her birth marked the beginning of a royal drama. Her father sought a male heir to the throne. When Anne Boleyn failed to produce a son, her fate, and consequently Elizabeth's, darkened. Her mother was executed on charges of treason, and Elizabeth was stripped of her royal rights. Throughout her childhood and adolescence, she witnessed executions, forced religious changes, and constant threats. Living in the shadow of her three half-siblings, Edward VI, Mary first made her cautious, shrewd, and independent. Even during the reign of her Catholic sister, Mary I, Elizabeth was imprisoned in the Tower of London due to her Protestant beliefs, and her life was in danger. From these bitter experiences, she learned crucial lessons about survival and politics. Ascension to power and stabilization of the monarchy. In 1558, Mary I finally died, and the 25-year-old Elizabeth ascended to the throne with widespread public acclaim. But the challenges were immense. England was in debt, religiously divided, Catholics versus Protestants, and politically unstable. Her extraordinary intelligence and ability to choose astute advisors, like William Cecil, became the key to her success. Elizabeth established the Elizabethan religious settlement, which allowed both faiths to coexist and largely reduced tensions. She resisted pressures to marry, shrewdly keeping European suitors at bay to preserve the country's independence. This decision earned her the title the Virgin Queen, and transformed her into a symbol of England. Internal and external challenges: Mary, Queen of Scots, and conspiracies. But the threats weren't over. Her most significant rival was Mary, Queen of Scots, Catholic and a direct descendant of the Tudors. After escaping Scotland, Mary sought refuge in England but quickly became a symbol for disgruntled Catholics. She remained under house arrest by Elizabeth for 15 years, but when it became clear she was involved in numerous plots to assassinate Elizabeth, her fate was sealed. Elizabeth, reluctantly and after a difficult internal struggle, signed Mary's execution warrant. This decision, though difficult, secured the stability of her monarchy forever and ended the hopes of Catholics for restoring a Catholic reign. The zenith of glory, the battle with the Spanish Armada. Elizabeth's greatest challenge came from powerful Spain, led by the Catholic Philip II. Philip, enraged by Elizabeth's support for Dutch rebels and the execution of Mary, Queen of Scots, decided to invade England. In 1588, the invincible Armada of Spain, a massive fleet of 130 warships, set sail for the English coast. At this critical moment, Elizabeth rallied her army with her famous speech at Tilbury: "I know I have the body of a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart and stomach of a king, and of a king of England too." The smaller but more agile English navy, with shrewd tactics and the aid of severe storms, defeated the Armada. This victory not only saved England from invasion but also cemented its position as a major naval power. The legacy of the Golden Age and Elizabeth's death. The victory over the Armada was a turning point for England. Elizabeth's reign became known as the Golden Age. A period of unparalleled flourishing in literature, William Shakespeare, maritime explorations, Francis Drake, and scientific advancements. With her intelligence, determination, and love for her people, Elizabeth transformed England into a global power. She never married and had no direct heir, but her name became synonymous with power, stability, and success. Elizabeth I died in March 24, 1603, after 44 years on the throne. Elizabeth I was not just a ruler, but a symbol of survival, authority, and female intelligence in a male-dominated era. She left a legacy of power and unity for England that endures to this day. The story of England's Iron Maiden is a reminder of how a leader can change the destiny of a nation in the most challenging circumstances. For more stories of great historical rulers, subscribe to Historic Rulers and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any videos.